Hi, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, like, and share. Let's get to making this fabric. Okay, first, the cutting part is on the description box. Now, get into the sewing part. On the front piece, you close the crush area with ½ inch, and then on the back piece you're going to measure your waist to hip measurement down on the zipper part, and then the remaining parts you go over to the machine and close it down with ½ inch too. This is me measuring my waist to hip. Then the remaining part I'll close it up with ½ inch down to the end, leaving the other parts open. I'll go over to my machine and do this and come back. To fix the sides, I'll keep the front piece on top of the back piece, front side facing front side. So I'll pin the sides. Make sure you use your pin to hold it down. You close your sides with with 1 inch allowance, because that's the allowance we gave while we were cutting. So depending on the allowance you gave, that's what you're going to close it with. So you close the sides for this part I'm pinning, and you do the same thing on the other side. I'll be going to my machine to do this and I'll come back. Thank you. Now, to fix the middle part, you hold down the center part and you run your stitch ½ inch on this side up to the center, ½ inch on this side up to the center. That's how you close the middle part of your trouser. I'll go to my machine. Okay, to fix the band, you cut your band with the length of your waist, the waist on the trouser, not your main waist, because the waist of the trouser is going to look a bit bigger. So you measure down the waist, around the waist. That's the length you're cutting your band with. So I'm cutting my band with 49 inches, but the width of my band will be 4 inches. So when I close it down, I'll have 2 inches on both sides, half inch for joining it to the trouser. And you place it as so. On the back side, you place your band. The way you fix your band is called inside out. So from the inside, you place it and you go down by ½ inch. That ½ inch on your band, you sew on it, but you're going to place it with your pin so that you know everything is aligning. So you do this when you cover it up. Let's go to the machine and do this. I'll do this and come back. Now I fixed it on the other side, so I'm going to see it is the wrong side, right? I brought it very close to the camera so you can see this. I've gone to make ½ inch. Now I'm going to fold this over to the front part. That's why I said it goes inside out. So we've done the inside. It's now time to bring it over outside. You pin this down because you're going to be top stitching on the front part. So you use your pin to hold it down up until the other side. I've done the other side. I left the other side to show you. Then you go over to your machine and top stitch. Make sure the allowance is inside. To fix the zip, remember we measured down around the waist, so you can remeasure again to be sure, but we know our band is 49, but our real waist measurement is 45. So now you do 49 minus 45, you have 4 inches. You divide it on both sides of the zipper allowance. So I'm marking 2 inches down on both sides. Now this is where my zip will be on. Now, to place your zip, you're going to place it with 2 inches away from the zip. That 2 inches is going to be on the sewn area. It's not going to be outside, it's going to go further down. So you place it like this and you start pinning. You pin on both sides. So make sure you're following this very well, because if you don't get it right, it's going to look weird at the back. So fixing your zip is very important. So while placing your zip, you realize it's going to look slanty. The material you're folding is going to look slanty. It's not going to look all straight and all. So make sure you're targeting the 2 inches you marked on your waist. You're doing this for the both sides of the zipper allowance. So after pinning this part, I'm going to go over and pin the other part. Make sure you're pinning on the 2 inches you made above on the waistline. Make sure that's where your zip is on. You can zip it down and cut off the remaining part of the zip, like 2 inches. When you're done, you can zip it down and make sure you zip down before cutting off that excess zip. So after doing this, I'm doing it on the other part before I'll go over to my machine and sew it together. This is the last part of this. So making a trouser is actually very easy. If you follow the steps, it is easy. So I urge you to do your own. You can tag me when you're done. So after pinning this, I'll go over to the machine and I'm going to be placing this on my machine, and make sure you're careful enough not to sew the part of your trouser. So you're going to place it like this so it doesn't touch the other part of the trouser. So make it open like this, you keep it and run the stitch. Now we are done. This is our trouser. See it, the zip, everything intact. So you see, very easy, very simple. Remember, how to cut this is on the description box. The link is on the description box. So this is the sewing part. Thank you for watching. I'm grateful. Thank you. Bye.